Once upon a time, in a realm where mountains kissed the clouds and rivers gleamed like silver threads, there was a hidden kingdom known as Lumina. Lumina was a place of breathtaking beauty and magic, with its streets paved in sparkling stones and its skies adorned with shimmering constellations. At the heart of this enchanted kingdom stood the Great Lantern of Lumina, a colossal lantern that bathed the land in warm, golden light. Legend had it that the lantern had the power to protect the kingdom from darkness and ensure prosperity. But one fateful day, a terrible storm of darkness swept across Lumina, casting a shadow that extinguished the Great Lantern's light. The kingdom fell into gloom, and its once vibrant streets became shrouded in perpetual twilight. The people of Lumina were filled with despair, for without the lantern's light, their beloved kingdom was slowly fading away. In a nearby village, there lived a young girl named Mira. Mira had always been fascinated by the stories of Lumina and the Great Lantern. When she learned of the kingdom's plight, she felt a deep sense of responsibility and decided to embark on a quest to restore the lantern's light and save Lumina. With a heart full of determination, Mira set out on her journey. She traveled through dense forests where the trees whispered secrets, crossed misty valleys, and climbed rugged hills. Her path was guided by an ancient map that her grandmother had once shown her, a map that was said to lead to the hidden heart of Lumina. As she ventured deeper into the kingdom, Mira encountered a series of challenges. Her first trial took her to the Whispering Woods, a mystical forest where the trees communicated in soft murmurs. The guardian of the woods, an ethereal fae named Lyra, appeared before her. To find the way to the Great Lantern, Lyra said, "You must solve the riddle of the Whispering Woods. Only then will the path be revealed." The riddle was, "I am not alive, but I grow. I do not have lungs, but I need air. I do not have a mouth, but water kills me. What am I?" Mira thought deeply about the riddle. "Fire," she answered. Lyra's eyes sparkled with approval. "You have solved the riddle. Follow the path of moonlight to continue your journey." Mira thanked Lyra and followed the path illuminated by the soft glow of moonlight. The trail led her to the entrance of an ancient cave, where she faced her second challenge. Inside the cave, Mira found a shimmering pool with an enchanted mirror resting on its surface. The mirror reflected not just images, but emotions and intentions. The guardian of the cave, a wise old tortoise named Grayson, appeared. To proceed, Grayson said, "You must look into the mirror and show me the true nature of your heart. Only those with a genuine desire to help can pass." Mira gazed into the mirror, and it reflected her deepest feelings, her love for her home, her determination to save Lumina, and her hope for a brighter future. The mirror's surface rippled, and Grayson nodded in satisfaction. "You have shown the true nature of your heart. The final trial awaits." Mira thanked Grayson and continued her journey. She soon arrived at the base of the Great Lantern, now dark and lifeless. At its base, she found a door that led to the lantern's heart. The door was locked with an intricate mechanism. Just then, a soft voice echoed through the chamber. It was the spirit of Lumina, a gentle presence who had watched over the kingdom for centuries. To restore the light, the spirit said, "You must ignite the lantern's flame with the warmth of your heart and the courage of your spirit." The lantern's key is not a physical object but a gesture of pure selflessness. Mira took a deep breath and closed her eyes, focusing on her love for Lumina and her wish to see the kingdom restored. She reached out and placed her hands upon the lantern's base, channeling all her warmth and hope into the mechanism. As she did, the lantern began to glow with a soft, golden light. The darkness that had enveloped Lumina began to recede, and the once faded streets of the kingdom began to shine with renewed brilliance. The Great Lantern's light grew brighter, filling the kingdom with a warm, golden glow. The people of Lumina emerged from their homes, their faces alight with joy and relief. The kingdom was restored, and the darkness was driven away. Mira was hailed as a hero, and her bravery and selflessness became a cherished legend in Lumina. The Great Lantern continued to shine brightly, and Lumina thrived once more under its warm, golden light. Mira's story was passed down through generations, a reminder of the power of courage, kindness, and the light that resides within the hearts of those who dare to make a difference. And so, Lumina remained a land of magic and wonder, forever bathed in the light of the Great Lantern and the legacy of a brave young girl who saved her kingdom from darkness. Once upon a time, in a kingdom where rolling meadows met towering peaks, there was a hidden realm known only to a few. This realm was concealed behind a magical barrier and could only be accessed through a special mirror that shimmered with the light of the full moon. The mirror was said to grant a single wish to anyone pure of heart who found it. In a nearby village lived a young girl named Mira, who was known for her kindness and curiosity. Mira had heard whispers of the hidden kingdom and the magical mirror that could grant wishes. Every night, she would gaze at the moon, dreaming of finding the mirror and making a wish to bring happiness to her village, which had been suffering from a mysterious and prolonged winter. One chilly winter evening, as the full moon bathed the land in its silvery light, Mira decided that tonight was the night she would seek out the moonlit mirror. She wrapped herself in a warm cloak and ventured into the forest, guided by the moon's glow. The forest was eerily quiet, with only the crunch of snow underfoot and the distant hoot of an owl. Mira walked deeper into the woods, her heart filled with both excitement and apprehension. After what seemed like hours, she arrived at a secluded glade bathed in a soft, ethereal light. In the center of the glade stood an ancient oak tree with a trunk that sparkled as if dusted with stardust. Leaning against the tree was a mirror with an ornate frame covered in silver vines and moon-shaped motifs. The mirror's surface shimmered like liquid silver, reflecting the light of the full moon in mesmerizing patterns. Mira approached the mirror with awe and reverence. As she touched the mirror's surface, a warm, soothing light enveloped her, and a gentle voice spoke from within the mirror. "Welcome, Mira. You have found the moonlit mirror, which reveals itself only to those with a pure heart. What is your wish?" Mira took a deep breath and spoke from the depths of her heart. "I wish for my village to be free from this endless winter and to experience the warmth and joy of spring once more. I want my people to be happy and healthy." The mirror's surface rippled like water, and the light within it grew brighter. "Your wish is noble and selfless," the voice said. "But to grant it, you must prove your worthiness by showing your courage and compassion." As soon as the voice finished speaking, Mira found herself standing at the edge of a beautiful, shimmering forest, unlike any she had ever seen. The trees were adorned with sparkling blossoms, and the air was filled with a sweet, enchanting fragrance. A narrow path led through the forest, and Mira began to follow it, hoping to discover the test she needed to complete. The path soon led her to a small, crystal-clear lake with an island at its center. On the island stood a solitary, ancient tree with a golden fruit hanging from its branches. The fruit glowed with a warm, inviting light. Beside the lake was a small boat with no oars. Mira realized that she needed to cross the lake to reach the island and retrieve the golden fruit. Though the water was cold and the boat appeared fragile, Mira's determination gave her strength. She stepped into the boat and noticed a small note inside that read, "True courage is shown not by the absence of fear, but by the willingness to face it." With renewed resolve, Mira took a deep breath and began to gently row the boat using her hands. The boat glided smoothly across the lake, as if guided by an unseen force. Despite the cold, Mira's heart was warm with the thought of her village and her wish. When she reached the island, Mira picked the golden fruit from the tree. The moment she touched it, a soft, melodious chime filled the air. The tree's branches shook gently, and a warm breeze blew across the lake, carrying the scent of spring. Mira returned to the edge of the forest, the golden fruit in hand. As she approached the moonlit mirror, the surface rippled once more. "You have shown great courage and compassion," the voice said. "Your wish shall be granted." The mirror's light enveloped the golden fruit, and it began to glow even brighter. Suddenly, Mira found herself back in her village. The snow was melting, and the first signs of spring appeared, buds on the trees, blooming flowers, and the cheerful songs of birds. The villagers were astonished and overjoyed as they witnessed the transformation. They gathered around Mira, celebrating the return of warmth and the end of their long, harsh winter. Mira was hailed as a heroine, not only for her bravery but also for her selfless wish that had brought joy and renewal to their lives. that day on, Myra's village flourished under the warmth of spring, and the legend of the moonlit mirror was told to every generation. The magical mirror continued to stand in its glade, waiting for the next pure-hearted soul to discover it and make a wish for the greater good. And so, the village thrived, filled with happiness and hope, forever touched by the magic of the moonlit mirror. Once upon a time, in a picturesque village surrounded by rolling hills and blooming meadows, there was a humble clockmaker named Mr. Thorne. He was renowned throughout the land for his exquisite timepieces, each one a masterpiece of intricate gears and delicate craftsmanship. But what made Mr. Thorne truly special was his daughter, Elara. She was a kind and curious girl, always eager to help her father in his workshop. The villagers admired Elara not only for her kindness but also for her exceptional ability to understand the mysteries of time. She would often sit beside her father, watching as he worked, fascinated by the way he could breathe life into mere metal and wood. One chilly autumn evening, as the village prepared for the Festival of Lights, a mysterious stranger arrived. He was cloaked in shadow, his face hidden beneath a wide-brimmed hat. He carried an ornate, ancient clock with him, which he presented to Mr. Thorne. The clock was unlike any other, its face was covered in intricate symbols. And its hands were frozen at midnight. "I need you to repair this clock," the stranger said in a voice like a soft, eerie whisper. "It holds great power, and only the finest clockmaker can restore it." Mr. Thorne examined the clock, noting its complex mechanisms and the strange symbols etched into its surface. "This is a remarkable piece," he said. "But I must be honest, it is beyond my expertise." Elara, who had been listening from the doorway, stepped forward. "Let me try, father," she said. "I have a feeling this clock holds something important." Reluctantly, Mr. Thorne agreed. Elara began to work on the clock, studying its symbols and gently adjusting its gears. As she worked, she discovered that the clock was not just a timepiece but a magical artifact that controlled the flow of time itself. One night, as Elara was deep in her work, the clock's hands began to glow with a soft, blue light. The symbols on its face shimmered, and the clock started ticking once more. Suddenly, the room was filled with a whirlwind of light and sound. Elara found herself transported to a different world, a realm where time flowed in strange and wondrous ways. In this new realm, she encountered a talking cat named Nimbus. Nimbus explained that she had entered the kingdom of Temporalis, a place where time was governed by the mystical timekeeper. The timekeeper, a wise and ancient being, had been imprisoned by a dark sorcerer who sought to control time for his own purposes. "The clock you repaired is the key to freeing the timekeeper," Nimbus said. "You must find the timekeeper's tower and restore the flow of time to our realm." Determined to help, Elara followed Nimbus through the kingdom of Temporalis. They journeyed through landscapes where day and night shifted in an instant and where past, present, and future coexisted. Along the way, they encountered peculiar creatures, such as the echoing trees and the time-woven spider, who provided guidance and assistance. Finally, they reached the timekeeper's tower, a magnificent structure made of shimmering glass and golden gears. The tower was guarded by the dark sorcerer's minions, who tried to thwart Elara's progress. But with her quick thinking and bravery, and the help of Nimbus and her new friends, she managed to overcome the obstacles and reach the top of the tower. There, imprisoned in a crystalline cage, was the timekeeper, a majestic figure with flowing robes and a crown of stars. Elara used the restored clock to unlock the cage, freeing the timekeeper. "Thank you, brave one," the timekeeper said, his voice like the chime of 1,000 bells. "You have restored balance to our realm. The sorcerer's power over time is broken, and our world is safe once more." As a reward, the timekeeper granted Elara a special gift, a time crystal that would allow her to visit Temporalis whenever she wished. With a wave of his hand, Elara found herself back in her father's workshop, the magical clock beside her, now ticking harmoniously. Mr. Thorne was overjoyed to see his daughter safe and the clock restored. The mysterious stranger, who had been watching from a distance, revealed himself as a guardian of Temporalis, sent to ensure that the clock found its way to a worthy protector. The Festival of Lights that followed was the most wondrous the village had ever seen, filled with glowing lanterns and joyful celebrations. Ilara shared her tale with the villagers, who were amazed and proud of her bravery and kindness. From that day on, Ilara and her father continued their work, and the magical clock became a treasured artifact in their home. Ilara visited the kingdom of Temporalis often, helping the timekeeper and learning more about the mysteries of time. And so, the village thrived under the light of the Festival of Lights, and the legend of Ilara and the timekeeper's secret became a cherished tale, reminding all who heard it that courage, kindness, and a touch of magic could overcome even the greatest challenges.